whether or not she's going to be favoring or not favoring his testimony, whether she has any interaction with him. Okay, so let's bring her in and
Yes,
let's deal with that.
Yeah?
Yes.
If you take a regular seat. Yeah. Just take your seat.
All right, we have juror 148 in the courtroom. You had indicated to the bailiff that you might have known the one police officer, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us who it was and how did you know him?
It was Officer Grant, and I recognized him because he was a security officer at my children's school. So he knows who my kids are, he knows who I am, I know him, but we're not, we don't have any outside relations. I haven't spoken to him, I think he left about 3 years ago from their school.
Okay, now let me just delve a little more into
Sure.
it. Does he know your children because of troubles at school
no.
with the children? No?
It's just a small private school, and he was the police officer there. So he knows, there's only, my daughter graduated with 15 kids in her class. I mean,
Got it.
it's a very small private school.
Okay. Okay, is there anything about your knowledge of Officer Grant that would cause you, any feeling that maybe you'd like to believe him over everybody else's or not believe him based upon your knowledge of him?
No,
And, you don't give his credibility a little greater weight because you know him?
I do not.
All right. Or any less credibility?
I do not.
All right, okay. And the interactions you had with him ended about 3 years ago?
Yes.
Okay. Never socialized with him?
No. I mean, he knows who I am. I know by recognizing him. Like when you read off the names when we were being selected for the jury, I didn't pick out his name, but when he walked in, I just said, "Oh, this is Officer
Thank you
Grant from
for
the school."
thank you for bringing it out to our attention because
Okay.
we wouldn't have known. State, you want to ask her any questions?
No, Your Honor.
In defense, you want to ask her any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. If you don't mind stepping in the
Sure.
back there, please. Please do not tell anyone else. that
No,
you-
I will not.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you all have a motion to have her excused, or you want to just keep her on and keep moving?
I think to keep it.
Keep her on, keep moving? All right, then let's go ahead and get the other jurors.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I confirm the defendant agrees to.
That's, well, yeah, he nodded yes, I was looking at him, but thank you. All right, let's bring the
I'm
jurors.
just gonna shut down the video,
Okay, go ahead.
but the audio is still on.
Yes, sir.
Jury. Watch the steps, please. Watch the steps. Watch the steps. Yes, ma'am.
All right, here he's present and seated, you may be seated. State, call your next witness.
Yes, Judge, before I do that, may I publish Julie Green's live photo, which is in evidence of State's 14 already, Judge?
Okay, you want to do that by
Yes, sir.
screen?
Yes, sir.
Can you all see the screen? The symbols of the guns? Yep.
State would call Sharon Kist, Judge.
Okay. Push.
Sarah, here, raise your right hand, sworn in, please.
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Right this way, ma'am. Just watch you have 2 steps. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Make sure you speak close to the microphone and loud and clear so they can hear what you have to say, okay?
Okay.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi,
Can you please introduce yourself to the jury and just spell your last name, please?
my name's Sharon Kist, K-I-S-T.
Do you live here in town in Volusia? ma'am?
Yes, I do.
Let me take you back to 2006. Did you know Iwana Patton?
Yes,
How did you know Miss Patton, ma'am?
she worked for me. She was a caregiver, and she stayed in one of my houses.
What kind of company did you have?
I had an assisted living facility,
What was the name of it?
Kist ALF.
What did Miss Patton do for you at the assisted?
She was a caregiver,
What was the address of the house of yours that she was staying in?
1515 Derbyshire Road, Holly Hill.
Was she expected to be a permanent resident of that home?
No, she was in the process of, I think in 2 days, she got an apartment and she was going to be moving in. She only stayed there like a couple of weeks because she had nowhere to stay.
So you were just being kind of nice, just let her stay in one of your residences?
Yes.
Oh. What was the location of the Kist ALF? Where was that located at?
On the corner of Elvora and Carmen, right a block south of Flomish.
Was the address 1515 Derbyshire? I'm
No,
sorry, 1516 Carmen Street?
yeah, Carmen Avenue.
Where was that located in reference to where Ms. Patton was living at the time of one of your residences?
Our backyards ran together. You could walk out my back door and walk in the other back door.
So the 1515 Derbyshire and the Kist ALF were just basically right?
2 corners, yes.
Yes, ma'am. What kind of shift did Ms. Patton normally work?
They did 24-hour shifts, 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. She
So-
did 2 a week.
Gotcha. So would she normally work on Monday and Wednesday?
Yes,
Now, let me bring your attention, did she start work on Wednesday, February 22nd, 2006 at 8 p.m.?
yes,
And then she would have got off of work on February 23rd,
at 8 p.m.
2006 at 8 p.m.?
Yes.
Did you see her get off work that day, or?
No, I didn't see her.
But that was her work hours?
Hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, I'm sorry.
So that's okay, I'm just typing it out. Do you know who relieved her at the assisted living?
Marie Stevenson.
After that shift that day that she worked on the February 23rd until 8 p.m., and Have you ever seen Ms. Patton again?
No.
Just have a moment, Judge.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. No further questions. Will you just
Hold on
hold
one moment, please. I have no question. All right, thank you. May the witness be excused.
Yes, sir.
All right, then I'll release you from the subpoena. You're free to go.
Thank you.
You call your next witness.
Yes, Judge. Thank you. Marie Stevenson. Thank you, ma'am.
Stop right, raise your right hand, sworn in.
You solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you shall give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
This way, ma'am.
Follow me.
Just watch this, and 2 steps. Thank you. Oh, got it.
No, I'm fine.
Have a seat. Just
I've
open
been
the
to court
microphone.
before, so.
Make sure you speak loud and clear and close to the microphone so they can hear what you're saying.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, okay.
Good. I know you're a little nervous.
Very. I've never been to court before.
Yes, ma'am. Could you please state your name and spell your last name?
Yes, it's Marie Stevenson, Stevenson.
Are you living in Volusia County?
Yes, I do.
Now, back in 2006, in February, where were you working at the time?
Crest Assisted Living,
Did you, what was your job there?
patient care, feeding them, getting them dressed, helping them go to the bathroom, showering.
Okay. Did you work with Iwana Patton, or did you work opposite shifts with her?
Opposite shifts.
Let me bring your attention to Thursday, February 23rd, 2006,
Okay.
at 8 p.m. Did you come on shift that?
I came on shift and she left.
So, when you would come on shift, would you just get there at 8 o'clock and she would leave right away, or would you guys overlap a little bit for a few minutes to come?
Not really overlap. No, she left. She left the back door because she lived behind the assisted living. I waited until I couldn't see her anymore and I locked the back door back up.
Did you ever see her again after 8 p.m. on February 23rd?
No.
Open up the back door? May I have just a moment, Judge?
Yes.
No other questions, ma'am. If you just hold on 1 second.
Okay.
No, I didn't know if you had any questions.
I have no questions. All right, thank you very much. May the witness be excused.
Yes, sir.
You're free, released from the subpoena.
Thank you.
Your next witness?
Yes, sir. The state would call David Abner. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Come forward, please.
Stand right here, raise your right hand, be sworn in, please.
You solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you shall give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
This way, sir. Twice, that's good. That way. Okay. And have a seat. Thank you. Thank you.
Make sure you speak closer to the microphone so they can hear what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Could you please introduce yourself to the jury, spell your last name?
I am retired Officer David W. Abner, A-B-N-E-R,
Where did you work before you retired, sir?
Daytona Beach Police Department.
How long were you with Daytona Beach Police Department?
Just short of 10 years.
Back in 2006, in February, were you working at Daytona Beach Police Department?
Yes, sir, I was working the day shift that day.
Are you, when you were working day shift, what was your job back then? Were you a detective, were you road patrol?
I was road patrol, and my zone was the west side, which was an area encompassing from the Volusia Mall all the way west to the city limits, and from International Speedway north to Granada.
Okay. Would, where the Daytona Beach Police Department now is located, would that have been in your zone?
Yes, it would.
Back in 2006, was the Daytona Beach Police Department located in that spot yet?
No, sir. It was, the spot we were talking about was just a wooded lot.
Okay. Did you, sometime on that February 24th of 2006, somewhere around 1:30, did you receive a dispatch to respond somewhere?
Yes, sir. I received a call to respond to the corner of Mason and Williamson Boulevard, reference a body that was found in the woods.
Any folks who witness it?
You may.
I'm going to approach and show you what's marked as States T for identification purposes.
Yes, sir.
Can you take a moment and look at those three, and after you have, I'll ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Do you recognize that aerial and the two photographs that are with it?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Are those? And I know the aerial is present day.
Yes, sir.
But is the location of where Miss Patton was located, where it's marked on here, is that an accurate location of where it would have been back in 2006?
Yes, sir. That's a very, if not exact where that pin is, it's very close.
Okay. And obviously now there's additional buildings and stuff, and we can talk about that. But outside of those, does this seem like a fair depiction of what it would have been an area at the time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm showing you what is, I guess, it's going to be T2 and then T3. These are
T as in
both
Tango.
T. Yes, tango. Yes, sir. T2 and T3. Do these seem to be fair and accurate, I guess, overhead shots of the location you responded to?
Yes, sir, they are.
Okay, and these actually are accurate to that time window?
Yes, sir.
Time frame.
They look exactly the same.
At this time, Judge, the statement movement states T.
Any objection?
No objection.
Without objection, they'll be admitted.
States Wayne.
May I publish, Judge?
Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you, sir. So, Mr. Abner, I'm going to have you look at over here. So if we can orient.
I can see it.
Okay. So, and here's a little pointer. If you can point out the location you responded to, not just point it out, but maybe describe for everybody, maybe using I-95 and some other roads, how we might get there, where that's located.
As you can see, this yellow line right here is Williamson Boulevard. At the time, it was just a two-lane. This all right here was just all woods. The only thing that was located here at the time was the FTL substation, which is just the electrical plant. And there was a dirt road that went through here, and that cut back into these woods where people went back and dumped trash.
Now, obviously, just for folks to understand now this area right here, this is where the outlets and all the new stores and that area is located?
Yes, sir. This is all Tanger right here. This was all just owned by Mr. Strickland, and this was all just wheat field and stuff like that. They grew grass that they sold.
And I'm showing you what's now 20B. If you can look at that, can you just tell the jurors what this is an aerial of? Or what we can
Yes,
see?
sir. This right here is, once again, Williamson Boulevard. This is Mason Avenue. And this is the little dip right here with the dirt road that goes back in here. And this is where the body was located. This was just a bunch of old construction material that was dumped there, cement and such items.
So just for the jury again, this would be where the Tanger outlets are right here.
Yes,
So we can
yes,
mark-
sir. This is where this is the hay field that was there, and this is just the continuation of Mason.
Okay. And now we're looking at 20C. Is this a closer up aerial of the cutout area right here?
Yes, sir, that's the cutout area. This is the little dirt road, this is where all the construction, and this is another dirt road that goes back toward the FPNL substation, and with a bunch of household debris where people dump their trash.
And then the victim was found back here.
Yeah, roughly, I'd say, it's about 50 yards from this road right here, so roughly in this section where all this debris is located.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can sit back down. Appreciate you. When you received the call, when you responded out there, what did you do when you first got there?
When I first pulled up, there was a Daytona fire truck already on location, and an evac pulled up almost the same time I did. As I was pulling in, there was three.
Not to interrupt you, I know what an evac is and you know what it is, but I'm not sure everybody here does. Can you tell
Yes,
me
sir.
what an evac is?
Evac is an ambulance, Eastern Volusia Ambulance Corporation,
Okay.
and they run the ambulance services in our area.
Okay, you continue. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
As I was pulling up, there were three fire department employees walking down the trail toward their truck. They identified themselves. I knew them by face. They said they located a deceased body approximately 50 yards down the dirt road. I could visually see it from my location. So at that time, I notified my supervisors and secured the scene.
When you mean you secured the scene, what did you do?
I just pulled my vehicle up closer to it and took yellow police tape, blocked it off, and considering I could see the body and I could observe that there was nobody around, I could see down the trail, I stayed at that location until I turned the scene over to the detectives.
Was the location where you saw this body, was that in Volusia County?
Yes, sir.
May I have just a moment, sir? I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any cross-examination?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. May the witness be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
All right, this is your last one for today?
That is correct. Yes,
All
sir.
right, folks, this is going to conclude our proceedings for today. We don't want to run very long days every day. We'll get tired of that, so. I'm going to remind you, I'm going to release you now to go back home. I'm going to remind you not to talk to anyone about the case, not to permit anyone to talk to you about the case. If you have a job over the weekend, I don't want you to go to work for various reasons. I don't want people trying to talk to you about the case, number one. Number two, I don't want you to catch COVID. So I prefer you be at home and watching something on TV as opposed to jeopardizing the process, okay? So we will release you. I want you here about 8:45 on Monday so we can start right at 9. You will take those badges with you, and then on Monday, before you get to the courthouse, put it on your clothes again so we can identify you as a juror. Report once again to the same place you've been coming in and out of. The bailiff will be waiting for you there, okay? Thank you all very much. Anyone have any questions? Yes,
Did you say you did not want us to go to work tomorrow?
I don't. Okay. Yes. No, the notes stay in the courtroom, face down in your chairs.
Oh, you want them at the front, you want them at the back?
What's that?
You want them to lead through the front door or go to the back?
Through the back of your nose.
Yes, sir, thank you.
You'll just follow the bailiff, he'll lead you out to the outside. Thank you all, have a good weekend. Did you mute the, yeah, you did. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Got a Super Bowl weekend. Oh, I don't suppose you know how to unmute the main part. Thank you. All right, back on the record, the jury's out. Are there anything we need to do before we adjourn for the weekend?
We have nothing, Your Honor.
All right, so let's meet here 8:30 Monday, 8:30, okay? I'll see you then, we'll be adjourned. Hold on, I gotta do that. I have to do that.
Okay.
I have to actually shut it down differently.
Okay.
I mean, do you know how to end the meeting for all?
Yeah, it's the end button in the corner.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do that. I have to also log off of it, hold on.
Yeah, no, they have to do that. He doesn't have to help himself. Kelly, you have the court.